Will you pray with me? May the words of my mouth and the meditations of all our hearts be acceptable to you, O God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. Through this whole season of Advent, we have been asking the question, how does a weary world rejoice? And now here we are. Christmas Eve night. The candles are lit. The carols have almost all been sung. And we get to hear the song we've been talking about all season, O Holy Night, and all the promise it holds. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. This song began as a French poem written by the winemaker and poet Placide Cappeau. The poem was set to music by an opera composer named Adolphe Adam, and it debuted at a midnight Christmas Eve Mass in the south of France in 1847. O Holy Night was immediately a crowd favorite, but it fell out of favor with the Catholic hierarchy and was banned in many churches. But of course, the song was still sung, right, in the streets, at bars, in social occasions, because banning songs, it turns out, is just about as effective as banning books. O Holy Night continued to grow in popularity across Europe, then came to French Canada. But something changed when this song made it to the United States. And what changed was the third verse. Truly he taught us to love one another. His song is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. The man who translated O Holy Night into English and brought it to the United States was named John Sullivan Dwight. He was a Unitarian minister and an ardent abolitionist. And his translation of the third verse does something fascinating. It's pretty literal. He captures the French words as they come, but Dwight changes something in the tone, something of the tense, making the verbs a little less indicative and a little more imperative. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Dwight's translation, the song we now know as O Holy Night, puts a little bit more of the impetus on us, the listeners. And with this third verse, he changes O Holy Night from a sentimental song into a radical statement about the inherent worth and God-given dignity of every human being. A statement that is both religious and political in nature. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Friends, the gospel, too, is a radical statement about the inherent worth and God-given dignity of every human being. In the incarnation, the Word becomes flesh, God becomes body, and in doing so, God declares all bodies, our neighbors' bodies, even our enemies' bodies, good. So this Christmas, I challenge us, let's not stop at the first verse. Let's not get lost in the spiritual, the sentimental, the esoteric. begin with praise, yes, but oh, let's not stop there. Let's let that praise overflow into love, into action. Let's make it all the way to the third verse. So, weary world, rejoice. Your Lord is come. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot overcome it. Thanks be to God.